Final stretch. What, another half hour?
Half hour here in Ohio. What town are we going to?
Killbuck and Millersburg area.
Not too far to go. We're gonna just top off gas, get a couple things, and we'll be done. Really?
We take care of the property. We don't hunt it much at all, as you can tell. There's several 140s, several 150s, and then you got the 160s, which a couple.
Yeah.
And you're in Ohio, Licking County, Ohio, so it's like all this area, homes, Licking. You never know what's going to walk by.
Right. Do my best to hold out for at least a 110.
A what? You don't shoot them. There's too many bigger ones.
Well, I'm excited to see.
You'll see deer. You'll see deer. I guarantee you that you'll see the biggest buck you've ever seen on their hoof. You're from North Carolina. That's saying that they don't have.
We got. Well, see, the thing is, like, what's different about North Carolina is we do have some big bucks, but it's few and far between when you find them. Like we have had 180s killed in North Carolina. We've had, a lot of 160s, 170s, but when it happens, it's in the magazine, it's all over online. It's like, holy smokes, like, there's just a freak, right? Whereas other states like, Kansas, Illinois, Iowa, here Ohio, there's bucks like that almost on every corner almost,
Mm-hmm. Lunch of champions. Thank you, Janice, for the cookies.
Well, guys, we're out here in Ohio getting some old gasoline, eating some cookies on the road. Thank you, Janice. She made us some old tasty treats. But we're not too far, guys. I think we got like 20-30 minutes before we get there. It hasn't been a bad ride, but I've been sleeping. Y'all know me. I ain't scared to fall asleep in the truck. But we're looking to get there, get unpacked, take a look at the property with Ben right around. I got to hang a couple camera stands. Andy's in the hot seat first. I'm going to try to get him a buck first. He's after Screwy Louie or Wide Load. And then after that, we'll swap stands. And I'll see if I can't smoke me one here in the next couple of days. But we're going to see if we can't get Andy on one for season 2 of the Widowmakers. And also season 6 of 704 Outdoors TV. So we're filming for both the shows this weekend. And man, we're looking forward to a lot of fun. And never been to Ohio, never hunted Ohio. Hunted West Virginia, and they had big deer. Ohio, I don't know, it might ruin my old North Carolina hunting, guys. We'll see. Everybody said there's a big old deer over here.
Oh, there's something falling.
You been practicing with that crossbow?
How much practicing do you need for a crossbow? Really? Yeah, I shot.
Well, if it's
shooting the same spot I shot last year.
Well, I mean, what if he comes in at 120 yards?
Nah.
Nah? You ain't gonna stretch it?
No.
Send it?
Nope.
Looking for the best archery experience? Barefoot Archery in Charlotte should be in your sight. Whether it's backyard recreation, hunting, or 3D competition, we have the right equipment for you. In business since 1966, Barefoot Archery is the authorized dealer in the 704 area for Matthews, Hoyt, PSE, Barron Mission crossbows, and we have a large selection of recurve bows. Our experienced staff services most compounds and crossbows and can help you make the right choice for your archery equipment. From professional to backyard shooting, Barefoot Archery will get you on target. Barefoot Archery, 4410 Old Pineville Road in Charlotte.
Well, we finally made it to Ohio. Me and Andy were pretty wore out, but we got together with Ben Rising of Whitetail Edge. He's the one who made the arrangements for us to hunt this particular property, and he was so great, he actually hooked up a couple sets for us already. We've got some tree stands up, but I just have to hang a couple filming stands so we can get ready for the hunt.
That's why it's so good right here, these two. Let them two creeks meet, and then they'll actually cross the road and run that creek too and come right down through here, come off that hill. A lot of bedding up on top of that hill.
First night in Ohio. What you thinking, Andy?
I'm unorganized. I got stuff in my pocket. It's like, hurry up, run, run, run. And then, that's when the big buck will come by. That's the way it always happens. You're hurrying, you're trying to get up here, try to get in, and...
Yeah. Well, we got here and ran with Ben, went and threw up the camera stand and threw up the camera arm, and so everything's looking good. A little bit past 3:30, so yeah. We should be good though.
All right, help. We'll get there.
There we go.
Oh yeah, here we come. 4 o'clock. We're getting a late start, but let's get in the tree. Here's the game plan. If I like him, I'm going to shoot him. If not, and John likes it, I'm handing it over to John and let him shoot him. So, don't know what we're going to do. Let's go do it.
Alright guys, day 2, second morning, heading out to the stand.
Already got a couple scrapes that are already started. Licking branch, I freshened it up. I'm going to freshen that one up. We got to stand up here about 50 yards. I'm looking over there about another 40 yards. A couple more overhanging branches. I bet you there's a scrape somewhere along there. I'm going to hit those. I'm going to jack them up. I bottle it so I can use a lot. I'm going to get another bottle for that one down there because I know there's one down there. A couple seconds ago, we're freshening up those 2 scrapes up the way, and I haven't been down here. And I looked down here, and I said, there's got to be a scrape there. Just the way the branches are overhanging. You look down, if you look down along the edge, there's probably another one down there, and down that point down there. Look down there, John. About 100 yards. That overhanging branch, I bet there's another one there. But I'm not going to do them all. I'm going to do this one right here. I didn't touch that. But just looking at the lay of the land, I knew it was there. It has to be. We're up here probably about 80 yards down. We're gonna kill a buck out of here. Me or John?
So this nice buck shows up just at shooting light. Now, of course, we got a little bit more time than the camera shows, but it's a really nice buck. But where he comes out very high on the food plot, I can't catch him on camera. Barely got him with the branches that are overhanging, so you can't really see the buck in there. Plus, it's getting dark, so we opted, you know what, let's just wait. But he was a shooter, but it just didn't work out. What is be officially day 2? Officially? 2.5?
I don't know. Reconnaissance mission on the first day and a half.
There you go.
Yeah, we seen bucks though.
Yeah.
We passed on a nice 8-point that, 140-inch 8-point's a good buck.
Yeah, that was a
we
nice
passed on
deer.
that last night. We got our work cut out. It's oh God, we're way behind time again, man.
We've been working.
We got a set a lock on.
Yeah.
We got and we got to put the the camera arms up.
Yeah.
And I think the deer will be moving early today. And the reason why I say that, they were moving like crazy this morning. Just before daylight. There was so many deer along the road in the fields. It was.
That's us.
Yep, I see the buggy.
That's us.
Huh?
I said, this is us.
Yep, and we gotta walk up the hill.
All right. Well, y'all hang tight with us. We're gonna
Try to put something on the ground.
head up the mountain. See that?
That ain't no mountain.
We ain't in North Carolina no more, boys. So let me tell you how this North Carolina boy was freaking out when this buck showed up. Me and Andy had, talked beforehand and made arrangements. He was really looking for, a 170s plus buck. And he told me when we got there, at any time, if there's any deer that you like and you want to shoot, you let me know. I will pass you up the crossbow and you take the deer. So I seen this buck and I said, man, that thing is cool. And I kept telling him, I said, Andy, that's a cool buck. That's a cool buck. And he was like, well, I don't, nah, he's not big enough, right? So he said, well, here, you want to take him? And I was like, nah, you know what? Let's just hold off. You're trying to kill this 9-pointer that's been showing up. I'm sure he'll show back up later on this week. It's still early in our trip. And let's just let him go. So how about the end of the night, we go back and we're hanging out with Ben, and Andy brings up the fact that I was freaking out over this cool rack buck. And I said, man, he was cool. And I said, yeah, you know, Andy told me I could shoot him if I wanted to, but I just said, let's hold off. It's early in the trip. I said, if he comes back out, I'll take him later on in the trip. And so Ben says, well, let me see what you got. What buck are you talking about? So I bring the camera over there, and I'm all giddy, and I'm like, yeah, look, see, man, he is cool. And Ben goes, oh yeah, you can't kill him. If you had shot him beforehand, I mean, whatever, but now I know what deer you're talking about. No, you can't kill him. Oh my God. So, don't you know, this joker haunted me for the rest of the week.
704 Outdoors has been doing business with House Pawn and Gun Shop for over 15 years. They have a wide selection of handguns, shotguns, rifles, and ammunition. Shelves are always stocked with the best gun accessories, cleaning kits, and more. If we ever run into an issue with our equipment, House Gunsmithing Services get us back in the field for our next adventure. Their award-winning customer service is sure to earn your business too. Pay them a visit at 595 Church Street in Concord, North Carolina, and tell them 704 sent you.
7 years, over 40 species, over 6 continents, and over 20 states. All kinds of weather, all kinds of terrain, and only one brand of clothing. For me, that's Huntworth. Huntworth, clothing that works.
So here we are the very next night in the same stand, and what do you know? The buck that I can't shoot shows up. Not only does he show up, he literally walks out of the field, and he is 8 yards away from me, doing a scrape, rubbing a tree, right there. Right there. So after this buck leaves the field, don't you know this coyote shows up and sits right beside us. I can't see him. Andy saw him the whole time. And let it roll, son. There we go, last day, last hunt.
We've seen buck every sit. That's not what we wanted.
Yeah, tons of deer on this farm. Tons of deer on this farm. We have filmed 2.5s and 3.5s the whole week.
Just about sit on them, you know, 20 yards broadside, 25 yards broadside.
Oh yeah, we could have smoked some pretty nice 8s for back in North Carolina, but of course we held out.
Then you got Nobby.
Yeah, and then the old super freak.
He's a little boy with a big rack, and he's going to be a superstar. Probably give him next year. He'll be a superstar, and if he makes it to next year, it'll be
probably could be a
giant.
Could go in the book.
Yeah,
2 years probably. He's a nice one, but broke my heart. Cool rack, but I'm trying to show some self-control here.
45 minutes the other evening, walking around in front of us.
Yeah.
He's anywhere between 20 and 30 yards broadside.
Yeah.
Most of the time.
Yeah. Like I was telling Ben, he tickled the outer edge of my self-control. But Anyways, we're gonna go back to the bean field that we moved a set from the triple cherry tree up to the hillside, and we got tucked in there pretty good, buried on that hillside like a tick. It looks good. We got good coverage, so we've been glassing this field and seeing a big buck come out every evening. So we sat last night. He didn't come out. A couple young bucks did, but hopefully tonight will be the night. Last hunt of the trip. What you think, Andy?
Kind of sad, actually.
Huh?
Kind of sad, actually.
Kind of sad.
I know it'll come back, but later in the season. But you know how you come in and you're like all jacked. Now it's kind of like, yep. And we'll see deer this evening. When we don't see what we want, you're going to be like, the last 10 minutes of daylight, you're going to be thinking in your head, Ben! And I look at you, hey, camera light? No, we'll let him go. Okay, maybe you'll let him go. But this boy ain't letting him go. I ain't no movie star.
Look at that little dance.
Yeah.